But the reason why the heretics split from the true Geth is because Sovereign basically promised them that he would give them technology, the technology that they needed to reach the certain goal that they wanted to reach. And this goal that all Geth want is to be able to create what's called a Dyson sphere. What the Dyson sphere is actually in science. It's not like a Mass Effect term. It's this guy named Freeman Dyson, and he talked about this sphere that was a system of like orbiting solar panels that would cover a star completely. I mean, could you imagine the amount of energy that you could get from that? That'd be freaking crazy. I mean, you could. And Dyson even said that if anybody were to ever find this, it would be the proof of extraterrestrial life, and that's how they would be surviving. The Geth want to be able to create something like this, something like the Dyson sphere, so that they could have almost an infinite amount of energy. The heretics, the piece of Geth that went with Sovereign, that's why they went, because they were like, Sovereign is the one that could get us to create this Dyson sphere because of the technology that he has. And they started to see him as a god. They called him Nazara, and they worshipped the Reapers as gods because of this whole technology thing. They saw they used the Reapers. They saw the Reapers as them leading them to a better future. And the true Geth, the Geth that didn't follow Sovereign, said that it wasn't just reaching your goal, it was also the journey to reach that goal. So they said it was important for them to reach that goal, to accomplish it themselves. So that's why they didn't follow Sovereign, because they wanted to reach that goal themselves, because they said we could do it, and it'd be better for us to reach it on our own. And Legion explains it's not like the heretics and the true Geth hate each other. It's not like that. Like I said, Geth don't really compute morality. So it's not like that. That's why he says a heretic would say 1 is less than 2. And a true Geth would say 2 is less than 3. What that means is they're getting at the same point. It's what they're saying is the same thing. They're meaning this number is less than this other number. You can't say that 1 is right or 1 is wrong. They're both right. They're just saying it different. So that's what Legion is trying to say when he says that. He's just saying it's not that we're wrong, or it's not that one of us sees that the other is wrong. It's just that we're getting to a certain point in a different way. But what did surprise Legion was when the heretics accepted the virus that Sovereign gave them to turn the true Geth into heretics. And what that is, the virus, it's like a computer virus. If you input it, it basically just changes a little thing inside the computer, so that, let's say it was to infect the true Geth, it would just change something in their programs, where they would believe that the Reapers were basically what the heretics believe, that the Reapers were gods and that they were there to help them, and that it was right to follow them. So it wouldn't be like you would be convincing the true Geth. It would just be that something would change in their programs, and it would just be like natural, like they've always believed it. So Legion was like, why would the heretics even want to change the true Geth's mind if we don't have an issue with each other? But I guess it's because of the low number of the heretics, and probably the Reapers have a lot to do with it too. Legion's first mission was to find Commander Shepard, and the reason why he was supposed to find Commander Shepard was because the true Geth found him interesting. They were like, he took down Sovereign, and he attacked. He was able to kill a lot or destroy a lot of the heretics. So they just found him fascinating. So they wanted to know more about him. So they sent Legion. He's actually one of the most advanced mobile systems when it comes to the Geth. So Legion has 1,183 programs, Geth programs, and that compared to a normal Geth, they hold only like 100 programs. So that's how advanced Legion is. And the reason, and you know, they did this so that he could talk with organics. Most of the Geth function better when they're in groups. It's not like they share sensory the sensory information like the Rachni. They're not like a hive mind. They just, when they're in groups, they have more to think with. So their capacity is greater when they're in groups. And this doesn't apply for Legion. Legion is a mobile system that doesn't react on his own, but he could function just as well away from the Geth. So he could go off into the galaxy. And that's why they created Legion, because he was going to be like an agent, like a scout, to send away and do missions. Legion's first mission was to find Shepard, and he went and searched for Shepard. He retraced all of Shepard's steps. He went to Ilos, he went to Vermeer, he went to Eden Prime, he went to all those places to try to find Shepard. He even went to the Normandy crash, that crash site that you go to in Mass Effect 2. He went there, and that's where he found a piece of Shepard's armor for his arm, the red stripe, you know, the N7 piece of armor for his arm. He had been shot down by Alliance soldiers, and his arm had suffered damage. That's why Legion has that armor, because, and Shepard asks him, so why did you use that? Why did you use my piece of armor in particular? And Legion doesn't really have an answer. He just says there was a hole, or he says unable to compute, or something like that. He doesn't really. It's almost like when people see a different reason for doing something, like an emotional side to something, Geth don't really compute that. So they're just like they react with calculation and for logical reasons. They don't react over emotional, and they don't or morality or anything like that. So the reason he used that because it was what he found, and like he said, there was a hole, so he just covered it. But I mean, there is a lot of significance to it, whether Legion did it knowingly or not. There is a lot of significance to it, especially given his mission to find Shepard. So when he communicated to the Geth that Shepard was dead, he was taken off that mission, and he was put on another mission. He was supposed to go and find the same thing that you had to do, go to the Duralect Reaper and get the Reaper IFF, because they found out the whole thing with the virus that the heretics were making to make all that virus could make all the Geth, all the true Geth, follow the Reapers, right? But then Legion finds out later, once he's on your squad, that they could use that virus to make like flip it on its head. They could use that virus to actually turn the heretics into true Geth, so make them not worship the Reaper. Like the heretics call Sovereign Nazara, and they worship the Reapers. The true Geth just called them the old machines, so they're nothing more than just old machines to them. So aside from Legion being more having more programs, he also has more pieces to him that make him more expressive. There are like these little things that pop up on top of his head that work almost as eyebrows. He has more pieces to him that kind of show expression in a way for a machine. And I think he was made that way so that he could talk with organics, and they could kind of understand him just by looking at him. Since organics rely so much on body language, so I think that's why they did that with Legion, because he was going to be interacting with organics constantly, and maybe to make him seem less hostile, because even though the true Geth aren't hostile, organics have a view of the Geth as being something, as being the enemy, as being something that will kill you if you encounter it. But it's not. That's not how it is. That would only be in the case of a heretic. So leaving Legion for a little bit, wanted to talk about what the Geth are actually made of. They're made out of a large plastic or steel outer shell, and they have what's almost like a muscle, like a synthetic muscle. And this is mostly seen in Geth hoppers, you know, the ones that jump and they're like up on the freaking wall and they go, those things are freaking crazy. But those, because of that synthetic muscle, that's what gives them that jump, that high jump ability. But Geth have evolved a lot, especially the heretics. They have created different Geths, especially for attacking, for massive damage, like the Colossus and all those the Geth that you see in Mass Effect are the heretic Geth, the ones that you know, they become more menacing and more dangerous. The true Geth, they don't really have a purpose for a freaking Colossus or, you know, those types of Geth. So they pretty much look like your typical mobile unit, like Legion or like a normal Geth. They do bleed. It's like a white, almost like, I guess, transmission fuel, you could say, like a fuel, and they don't feel pain. But some of them do use Omni tools, so they can heal synthetic wounds. If they get shot or something, they could heal it. The interesting thing about the Geth and the way that the mobile unit isn't so much the Geth, but the data and the computation that goes on there, that's more the Geth. The actual data that is shared between or among all the Geth. They could, Legion has, I think it was Legion that mentioned this, since they can inhabit a mobile unit, they could just as well inhabit a starship. So they could take over a starship and basically be a starship, kind of like the Reapers. So they're very similar when it comes to that AI technology. They don't need, as long as there's some kind of synthetic machine that they could inhabit, they don't have to be in that mobile unit that looks to all of us as a Geth. They can inhabit a starship. I was like, man, what if something like that? They're probably going to incorporate that somehow in Mass Effect 3. If the Geth are on your side, they could somehow all as one Geth, maybe hack into a Reaper or something like that, where you would have control of that Reaper, or I don't know, that would just be so freaking crazy. Could you imagine that? Freaking having control over a Reaper because the Geth are taking over it? Oh my god, that would be so freaking amazing. But I don't know, it is possible, it is a possibility. We just don't know whether the Geth are capable of taking over such an advanced piece of AI, or such an advanced piece of metal. Maybe if they destroy the core of a Reaper or something, maybe the Geth could take over it and you could use the ship. I don't know, but that would be so freaking cool.